what brought you to the course?
I guess I got interested in permaculture. Well, I started to hear more about permaculture through a friend in England called Fergus, and we're working together on a project, and I guess some of the ideas that we're involved with already kind of relate to permaculture without us specifically knowing it. So using things from the land that naturally grow, and then found out about Permaculture magazine, and then joined the Facebook page, which is where I heard about this course. And I did an introduction to permaculture course in England, and just kind of the ideas seemed to make sense to me, and I thought I'd come and learn more about it, and why not come to Malta to do it? It's lovely.
How did you feel about the course in general, the setup, the accommodation? How did you feel about Peppi as a teacher?
Before I came?
No, and since you've now spent 5 days with the guys.
Yeah, really good actually. I was amazed with accommodation. I kind of thought we'd be roughing it a bit, but it's really nice. Yeah, there's more space than we need. The food's great. Yeah, Julian's been amazing with the food. Every meal's been a joy. I think I've eaten more here than I've eaten ever. You can't help but go back for seconds because it's awful. Yeah, really nice. And the course itself has been, yeah, it's opened up. A lot of it's just been really interesting. It's opened up my mind to a lot of different things we could do, and especially going to his farm. It's been really inspirational.
At the Oasis?
Yeah, the Oasis. Yeah. Is it Baharia?
Yeah, Baharia, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What inspired you about the Oasis the most?
Just everything.
Yeah.
The whole site itself is just, it's kind of, if something could be permaculture and it could give you so many different ideas, that's the one that you could just walk around that site and, I don't know, I mean, I just walk around it and even if Peppi's not with you, just lifting up tubs and seeing what's in it, and there's worms in there and compost, and then everything's got a question. How did you make this? How did you do that? And he knows it all because obviously he's made it all.
Yeah.
And it's just so interesting.
And do you want to just share briefly, I know that's beautiful what you've shared, do you want to share briefly a little bit about your project? Because what is your project in the UK?
So what I'll be using this for, amongst other things, is setting up a forest garden. So I'm currently working in a forest as a forest school, called Forest School Education, so I'll be a forest school practitioner. We take kids into the forest, teach them about the forest, but mainly it's about letting them learn by themselves, so self-initiated learning. We're there just to facilitate and make sure everyone's safe. But specifically the garden, we've got, I'm not sure exactly what you'd call her. She's a psychologist, but she works like as a garden outdoor psychologist, and she specifically wants to take children to the garden, which we haven't developed yet. So coming here and looking at permaculture design has really given me some really deep insight into how the garden could be planned, how it could work best. Yeah, but then that'll filter through different parts of the forest, like water collection. That's a big deal. We're always having to take water up to the forest at the moment. Being able to harvest and collect that water, how to store it, just everything. And then zoning. Well, that's another section in itself that I don't really know fully yet, but it's just kind of open up loads of different ideas and gets you thinking about what you could use it for, like what you could use permaculture design for.